And wear see-through clothing.
See-through clothing. I think you can do that right now. Why can't you?
I'm developing this little dad belly. And
like how you say,
I don't know. I can do better. I can do better.
And you know what?
And I'm gonna do better.
Thank God, because you've been fucking skinny and sexy your whole life. Must be fucking nice, bitch.
You have
you got a fucking gut.
Trop, I never had no bitches in my life. I have 6 bodies, and 2 of them, six. 2 of them were the worst experiences of sex that I've ever. Like, I technically, if I told you the story, it would be like they don't really count as bodies. It's embarrassing.
Well, listen. That's the fault of what's going on here in the brain, okay? But the body, the body could have had hoes. The body could be in the 600s.
I wish I knew that.
You know, he's not wrong.
You know what's fucking funny too? Speaking of niggas who get no bitches, shout out to Les, aka Comfortable Dude, aka Coach Comfy.
Yo, shout out to Les.
Son, Les, we were talking last night, and like this nigga, like I've been telling this nigga since we met that he is so fucking beautiful.
He
and
is.
Bitches would die for him,
okay.
And like he doesn't believe me, and I'm like, bro, you are 6'3", you're mad big, you got the honey brown eyes, and his fashion sense. Incredible.
Yeah, I mean, Les does have pretty eyes.
He made the cast like a part of everything. Like, I mean, that's a man who knows how to accessorize, if you ask me.
Yeah, and he could get and he lives in Jersey, bro. There's so many. I swear, like Jersey's low key. When it comes to white bitches, Jersey's gross. But black and Hispanic women in Jersey,
East Orange,
it's a sleeper.
Bro,
he doesn't live in East Orange. I don't remember what part
not him. I'm telling you, East Orange is not one of those places. That is one of those places God has completely just ignored,
abandoned.
I'm talking about. Listen, we need to understand something. When I talk about anything, I'm talking about the black and Hispanic parts of it. I'm never talking about the white parts,
bro. You want to hear my experience with East Orange the first time?
Whiteness is out of my life.
Because
go for it.
This is relevant. So this is the old friend of ours named after an animal, and she lived in Patterson, and so she was like, "Yo, we were at that point we were hooking up, and like it was just one of those things we were talking, and she she was a cool person, so I
totally forgot that was a thing.
I know.
I'm like, my brain is trying to remember her, and I'm like, wait, that's right, you did, smash
while
that,
you were asleep, while you were asleep, I
was in the room,
I was
like 20 feet. For me,
it was almost a train.
It almost. I should have touched your toe and just told you were a part of it. You didn't remember.
You were on the platform.
Mm-hmm. I was up on that cold ass basement floor bedroom, like just giving her the business. While you had one blanket like this, I had her as a blanket. I was like, it's okay.
So it couldn't have even been 20 feet because that place was probably 10 square feet.
Oh my God, it was so bad. But anyway,
y'all literally smashed on top of me. God damn.
Literally. So the story goes, she's like, "Hey, I got some friends. They got some bud. We can smoke and we could just chill." And I'm thinking anyone's ever been to Patterson, New Jersey knows that it's got like a little rough element, but you go like, this is
a little.
Well, you know what? Like, especially
you could die in Patterson.
You can definitely die. But I'm saying, what I'm saying is, it felt comparable to what we would go through in the 5 boroughs. Like if you went through like a rough neighborhood, you go like, all right, that's rough. Don't hang around that much. But her little area was nice. Like everybody kept it really, really great. It was love. Lots of black families shining and waving to each other in the morning. Like it was that kind of place.
Beautiful. And
she's like, I'm going to take you to my homegirl's place. And she's like, she's not too far. I don't know Jersey at all. I still don't. Like, and she takes us to what I now know is East Orange. And I had never been to a hellhole like this. Like, it's a legit hellhole. First I get onto the block, right? So it's regular, like, New Jersey crackhead shit. Like, crackheads running back and forth. And someone trying to sell me a Valkyrie DVD. So a movie that was released maybe like 3-4 years prior. The guy just pulled it out of his pants and said, "Want this?" And I said, no, thank you. I don't got no cash. And he tried to direct me to the ATM, and I just ignored him, went upstairs. Now, the first things I want you to understand. So most people's steps have cement, wood, whatever. This was actual plywood. And this house was not a house. It was filled with women that were like runaways, I think. Like it was just a bunch of chicks like who like ran out on mom or dad because they weren't letting them do whatever they wanted. And they basically treated it like a trap house with no drugs actually coming out. Only coming
no trapping.
In. Yeah, no real trapping. So it was just what you think a trap house should be. Like there was spots of this carpeted place that were just completely bald and with holes going straight down to the to the floor below. And it was I'm an alright looking person, but I had never felt what I guess most women or even you two young men get, where like all the women in the room started like undressing me at the same time, and I've never felt that phenomenon, and I still haven't felt it yet again, because it was literally like 6 or 7, and I'm not gonna say big, but big girls, like you remember Precious?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's big. That's very big.
Okay.
I was gonna say I've never felt that either, but that doesn't feel like a feeling that I want to feel.
Well, to the point where the girl that I'm with, and she's not a tiny person, was small compared to these women. So,
oh my god, that was a big bitch, bro. That was a big bitch. I forgot.
One.
I don't know if I flamed you enough for.
You shouldn't. You should have. But it's okay.
That was.
Listen, man. We all want to do things.
That was Ving Rhames, bro.
That was Ving Rhames. Okay.
Like now that I think about it, they look comparable. Yeah. Wonderful woman.
Yeah, wonderful person. Wonderful person.
Would not
try.
Go that extra mile with that. But
anyway, I'm in this fucking hellhole.
Or go to a crack house with her. But apparently you were sprung. I
had no idea, bro. You need to tell me you've never been you've never been brought to some place that you had no idea was bad. Like, again, like I'm looking at her place and I'm like, how much worse could it be? No, it was fucking 100 times worse. And, I'm pretty sure like 3 murders happened in the 25 minutes that I spent at that place. Like on, you know how like girls like will sit on the edge of the bed when they don't feel comfortable with you? You know what I'm talking about? That was me.
Yeah.
Is that what you did?
That was you. I was at the edge of the bed with my drink, just okay. Like not trusting any of those women. I was like I have never felt like someone violate me that hard. So I think that's the point when misogyny was kicked out of my head. Like it was like, never again, man. We can't do this. No, man. That's my tale in East Orange. That was awful. Awful, awful, awful. I'll never go there again.
Well,
I was scared.
You were dragged to a desolate ghetto by
with like 8 like
Ursula you were fucking. Like, yeah, that doesn't sound and her minions all wanted to sleep with you.
It was very strange, man. Somebody else was there, and I'll say her name because she'll never find us. But Nikki. So I think that was the first day. Like, again, this is another thing I'm going to go segue into. But I think we've all had this, where you know how there'll be women in your peripherals that you go, all right, they're all right looking, but you put no work to at all. But the minute they see somebody like close to them, all of a sudden start to, I guess, date you or fuck around with you, whatever it is. I don't know what is it that turns on in a woman's head that all of a sudden it's like, I have to have that. You know what? I have to have that.
It's very funny you bring this up because so everyone's like always like, I was having this thought the other day because everyone's always like, oh, you get so many girls, da, da, da. And I'm like, I've never not been able to get women just because I look better now. Doesn't mean I get more necessarily.
Yeah.
Maybe more like looks in the street, but not more like sex or anything. And it's funny because I think aside from right now, anytime I've been with a girl is the most aggressive that other girls get in my DM. And this is like more as I get older. Because I feel like when you're like 22 and you see a guy with a boyfriend, you're thinking, okay, that's a boyfriend, he's off limits. But when you're 34 and then a girl or a woman, sees you with another woman, they're like, I want what she's got, and I know these niggas outside is trash.
Yo.
So I gotta get him, bro. And it was crazy too because like I feel like girls like in my DMs when I had a girlfriend, they would never casually flirt or like be coy about it. Like one girl straight up said, I should have had you when I had the chance. I was like, oh, you mean I was fucking single and trying to beat your shit up? No, you didn't.
I hate that shit.
Didn't do anything, but like now that I have a girlfriend that lives in my house, you're like,
now you want the skin off your dick. No, I don't get that personally. That seems whack.
I mean, I understand the logistics of it because, like I said, it's once you're in your 30s, you realize these men outside are garbage, and then you see somebody doing it right.
Yeah,
you want that. I understand it, but and you know what? Toxic nigga shit, I'm actually glad for it because with these abandonment issues, you need a couple in the back pocket. You know what I mean? I'm very faithful, but I need to know there are options out there. Look at me plotting. Look at me being a piece of shit.
He's not even with anybody.
Plotting a backup for when the next person I'm with.
Joey, I believe this brings up an interesting point in the conversation of the weekly check-in. Trop, are you celibate?
Have I had sex this week? Only with myself.
Week 1 down. Thank you. You were the master of your own domain. I get it. We got it?
That's a fact.
First of all, I never agreed to being celibate. I just said it was an idea. Okay?
You kind of did on air, and we recorded it.
I didn't say I'm being celibate. I said I'm considering it.
You hear this, ladies and gentlemen? A complete... just go all in, man. Be like a friend.
Ladies and gentlemen... Y'all were there.
Although, you know what's funny? I posted... actually, you know what? I'm not even going to say it was one of the jokes. I was saying I wanted to have an orgy on the podcast, and I did get a couple of offers. I don't know if the people who offered would fuck each other, but we're working. You know? we're trying to make it
Set it up, bro.
Yo. Okay, and this is something we said off air. We're going to color commentate this thing. We're going to be in the corner. We're going to have, like, you know... I would prefer, like, you know, like Gallagher shows, like when they would have like the plastic tarp and they just put it up just in case. Like
oh, definitely.
Even though you're on webcam, you're
oh no, we're not gonna be in webcam. We're gonna fly to Detroit for this shit. I'm gonna treat the room for sound. I'm gonna treat the room for sound. I'm just gonna start, you know. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Oh yeah,
great. We got great lighting.
Speaking of lighting, let me turn my lights on. I need more light here as the sun sets
on Detroit.
Y'all saw the thighs. Y'all saw the thighs.
Oh, Jesus Christ! This is what everybody's paying for. This is gonna go on Patreon if Trop keeps showing thighs and shit. We're gonna have to.
We're gonna have to make a Patreon for the pod, and then on the Patreon we'll just put up all the content that we've been trying to get Trop to start on the OnlyFans.
Thighs only. Like we just have. Ooh. How about
you know what it is about OnlyFans?
I said Patreon. I'm trying to.
Back in the
We're going into lewds. We're not going to nudes, my friend.
Ooh. Oh, this is sexy. This is because it's white light over here, and so I don't have, and then yellow light over here, so it's making a nice.
There you
blend,
go. It looks like a nice.
Good.
You'll get.
Yeah,
but you know what it is about OnlyFans? It's like I need to film with somebody because. If I'm oiled up and jerking off and no one's buying, like that's gonna hurt me real deep. You know what I mean? So I need somebody to go down with me. You know what I mean?
Wait. Nobody wants to watch me jerk off.
Why not? That hurts. Just throw one up, like pulling the pud. Like just throw it up on like Pornhub.
Pulling the pud?
Yeah. I mean that's gonna be the title of the fucking video, if you ask me. Pulling the pud.
Is that like a Pennsylvania slang for jerking off? I've never heard.
You never heard pulling the pud?
I heard some like old timey white guy from Boston say it, and it's in my head ever since then. But I've never used it up until now because it's never been appropriate.
So you're just listening to Garth Brooks, listening to Sublime, and pulling the pud.
Not Sublime. Once I got woke to Sublime, then I dropped it. But.
That's you had many reasons to drop it. You had no reason to pick it up to begin with.
Listen, man, I don't know what planet you're from. You're saying that you only listen to the one song. Like, come on, bro. Like, I
know the one Sublime song. You didn't garbage.
You didn't play Dave Mirra Pro BMX 2. I don't think we're friends.
No, I didn't because I'm black.
Motherfucker, you played Tony. How many times did you play Tony Hawk?
That's for niggas completely. That's not for white people. White people stole that. They gentrified Tony Hawk.
Joey, did you play Dave Mirra ever?
No, I never did because like I can never like just buy video games because I never had money, or like rent unlimited video games. So like when I made my choices, I was like, I always wanted a skateboard when, you know, I was before I was 12. And then when 12 came, I decided I was skateboarding. So if I had to pick, like, there was no way I wanted to play BMX. I wanted to play Tony Hawk until my eyes couldn't stay open.
Well, because I think about the soundtrack in Tony Hawk, and I think about the soundtrack in Dave Mirra, and I think it's why a lot of us ended up having the music taste that we did, because it came in probably at that real pivotal point where, like, like, you know, in my house, it was all like salsa and like merengue or cumbia or even reggaeton towards the later part. So like I didn't hear it on often, and then somehow, you know, this video game gets into my hands and it poisons my brain with Sublime. So that's where I got it from. If we have to blame it on anybody else, we have to blame it on Dave Mirra's Pro BMX 2.
See, I'm not blaming it on where you heard it. I'm blaming it on your brain going, I ain't got no Santeria, and then going, this shit crack, bro.
It does, though.
That's what I'm blaming it on.
It does still hit really hard. Like, put that on. I ain't got no Santeria.
I see the appeal in the singer's voice. I do get that. But that song, they also do the rape song, right?
Yes.
The rape song makes me want to stab myself.
Yeah, it's really bad.
Die a slow death. I hate that song.
I heard about that song on TikTok recently for some reason, but I didn't listen to it. Somebody was referencing Sublime on TikTok, and I was like, I'm not going to research this because I'm just going to hit not interested, because clearly my For You page is wildin'. I have referenced Sublime on there, but I'm not familiar with the song. I just know that it exists.
Okay.
You know, when you think about it, though, like in the time period it came out, it was definitely fire then.
It was, and I mean, the message is what the message is. It's it's a weird song, but it's
is the song about rape or not raping?
Not raping. It's about getting the rapist getting their shit kicked in, basically.
Yeah, like a rapist date raping and then getting his due.
Yeah, the whole story.
Gets arrested. He gets caught, gets arrested, and gets raped in jail.
Yeah, that's the whole thing.
And then that's when things got out of control.
Yeah.
Well, let's spend no more time on this podcast talking about Sublime, because
I agree. I'm good with that.
That was quite a bit.
You brought it up.
That was the most Sublime I've talked about in the entire decade, I'm pretty sure.
And you keep talking about it.
From 2010 to now.
Wow, me too.
It keeps going.
Ooh, except that Trader Joe's has these ice cream sandwiches called Sublime ice cream. And they're not inspired.
No.
They're just Sublime.
What are they?
Most fire things.
Hold on.
It's just an ice cream sandwich with like 2 chocolate chip cookies. Mad ice cream in between. I don't buy them because
I've never been inside a Trader Joe's
really?
in my entire life. And I've always been near one.
It's a good time. I like it.
Man. Yeah, man.
I enjoy it.
There's one like
they've got
9 minutes wine. That way. I've never been inside.
They've got good wine, a lot of good, organic and natural treats and shit. So,
but you know what? Let's shout out to because I used to work at. Fun fact: I used to work at this frozen food warehouse that specifically stored frozen food for Trader Joe's.
Okay,
and dudes would like beating the capitalist system. They would literally like before lunch, like punch open a box, grab whatever was in it, and throw it in the microwave on their lunch breaks. And our bosses kind of just never said anything about it.
I respect it. I respect
I'll share another story of my warehouse antics that's sticking it to the man. So I got you've worked these kind of jobs, but I one day I came in, I started this new job. It was like a specialty warehouse for like Colombian products. So I thought I was gonna walk in and hopefully like kind of get my way into the ranks somewhere. But the fucking job like ripped me open. Like we were unloading and loading like 100 bags, like 18-wheelers filled with like 100-pound bags of like flour, like for 7 hours. Like it was just grueling bullshit. Like you're just like twisting and bending and doing everything you're not supposed to do. But anyway, I hated the fucking job. And it was in Jamaica, so it was pretty far from where I used to live in. I used to live in Queensbridge. I get there 5 minutes after when I was supposed to punch in. I get the supervisor pulls me aside and tells me, "I don't know if you really want this job. I don't know if you should be here." And I stewed that entire day. I stewed that entire day and said to myself, "I don't want to do this." So
really fucking dope.
I grabbed a giant bag, and when I say a giant bag of about 50 to 60 chorizos, stuffed it into my book bag and other stuff that I could steal, booked it, and never came back again. I had them mail me my check. That was one of those jobs that checked. I was like month 2. I was like, nope, fuck this.
Yeah,
I don't want to do this shit. Like I'm gonna be doing this. Like literally every guy. You know, when you get to that type of job and everyone in there's telling you like, what are you doing here? You don't need to do this. Like,
don't do this. Get the fuck out of here.
You're too smart for this. Get out of here. And I was like,
oh, so you mean my entire career? Yes, I'm very familiar with that type of person. And now I've become that type of person to the younger kids. I'd be telling them, money's everywhere. Get out of here. Although I'm trying to get back into bouncing again because I miss getting paid cash to be surrounded by beautiful women. Sure. Also, strip club bouncer opportunity has opened up for me. I'm not sure if I'm going to take it, but
it's a pain in the ass, bro.
Yeah,
I'm sure. That's bang bang.
I mean, work my current job and it's a no-brainer, but I get paid more currently, so we'll see what happens. But you know what? It's all about. I'm in Detroit. It's all about doing new things.
Always skimming off the top. Just saying. That's how a lot of those guys walk away with like 6 figures. Or they start carting around the girls, like driving them to other things, or the club wants you to do events. Like, you know, there was my boy used to work at Showtime, right in Queens. So they would ask him like, hey, you got a van? Well, can you take all these? I won't say the word because that's solely for someone like Justin. But women. To get into the car and
can you take this gang of whores somewhere? Can you get on whore transport real quick?
Yeah, literally, he would just take him to like City Field, and they would be like, you know, handing out cards or like free admissions to the dudes who were drunk enough, and you know, and they would have another van waiting out there so they could pick up the drunk dudes and take them to Showtime. Game, bro.
Yo, I respect the hustle.
$10 per, $15 per. All of a sudden, you're looking at yourself with hundreds of dollars a week. But it's a pain in the ass job. That I do know.
I was thinking about opening a strip club. Although, are strip clubs still a thing? Like,
of course it's a
thing.
You think that's like saying it's prostitution of a thing. How many?
I mean, well, is it? I know it's a thing, but is it like a strip club in the '80s is making way more money than a strip club now? I'm thinking. Obviously, I don't have those figures. I can't fact check.
Maybe
that.
Today,
right?
Right. Pre-corona,
pre-corona,
Magic City. I don't think anyone's making that much money.
Well, Magic City is a diamond in the rough, my friend. That's a more cultural experience than a just a run-of-the-mill strip club. You know.
Listen, the strip clubs are gentlemen's.
If I open a strip club, will Migos be a regular patron?
No,
you know,
absolutely not.
Will Benny the Butcher come through? And will Killer Mike host?
If you pay for them, oh my god, can you imagine some kind of like meeting of the minds with Big Mike at a strip club?
Well, see, that's
like, hey, brother,
that's a
Friday's
G7.
Like,
well, yeah, that's a thing in Atlanta. Like, people will literally like hang out at
big meetups.
The meetups,
part of the cultural experience.
Yeah, I get it.
Average Joe.
Hey, listen, that's how you know they're not dead. No, they're not dead, man. I mean, listen, if Corona's got you worried at a strip club, probably worrying about the wrong thing.
Somebody I know got Rona recently. I don't know who the fuck it was. I'm so bored of Rona, dude. I'm so bored. Why is it still around? Why is it still
Don't know, but we do have content for it, so that's good. I mean, you know, Joe Rogan coming out this week openly saying that he took a medication made for roundworms for horses as a part of his cocktail to get himself better. Now, I'm pretty sure orange juice would have done the same thing, but if like he went with like horse medication from a veterinarian, like, I mean, go for it. But it's like the newest, dumbest thing that Americans have figured out.
I think
they should do.
The biggest irony is that he's vaccinated, so I don't know why he went that extra mile.
Yeah, he's
right.
And what, like, I think he went a mile upwards as opposed to forwards, like, but a mile like in a canyon.
Hey, oh shit! I just blew your whole stuff up.
Yo, bro, I fucking hate my fucking
neighborhood.
That was a real life sound outside your house.
Yeah, that was not a soundboard from Christian. No. You hear that horn?
Yeah, and it's still happening.
That's New York City, bro.
And yeah, someone's fucking scam me tight.
I get it, bro.
Racing down the street.
Yes. What else would there be?
And now we have a car alarm as a guest on the podcast.
Here, we'll give a... We're going to transfer right over to the next subject. But yeah, Joe Rogan coming out saying that he had a cocktail, including, I can't pronounce the name, but that shit was ivermectin. That shit was, the memes are like always like right after those kind of things. Anything with Joe Rogan, right after like something dumb.
I haven't seen the meme yet on it.
It's so good. It's so good. Like there's just like showing all kinds of pictures of him like turning into horse, animorphs. Like it's just getting better.
My internet is very black, so Joe Rogan is. I haven't been able to listen to Joe Rogan in so long, just because like
I thought you were a huge fan.
Ever since like, huh?
I thought you were like a huge fan of Joe Rogan for some reason.
No, not at all. Well, I was listening to his stuff a lot just because he had great guests on, and it was like very funny to see like these rocket scientists and nature explorers get like asked these questions by like this regular dumb dude. So like that was cool, like getting like a because they have to like these people are like super intelligent and they have to dumb themselves down. To talk to Joe, and I'm pretty sure like I'm probably dumber than Joe Rogan. So it was nice for that. But then as you know, the Black Lives Matter protest, like bro, there was like a stretch of like months where every single podcast he would bring, like, you know how there's the meme that he like brings up DMT and acid to every guest. Yeah. It got like that, but with like cops should get paid more. And I was like, God, I can't listen to this fucking rich moron anymore. like,
I mean,
I did try to listen to one episode recently though. It was because I saw it pop up on Spotify. It was like Quentin Tarantino was on it. I was like, I don't know enough about Quentin Tarantino. But I had so much anxiety that like Joe Rogan was going to give some like shitty ass opinion and Quentin was going to agree. And then I was going to think about that every time a Tarantino movie came on.
There's a lot
you know what? Let me just dodge this. Let me just not watch this. So I
don't want to ruin
watched
content.
Episode of Joe Rogan since probably like that Black Lives Matter summer 2020.
You know, he's a weird fucking person in general, but like when that period of time that he started bringing in those guests, that brings an interesting question to my mind, and I want to like ask you guys. He said that he wanted to continue to encourage these guests to get onto his show. A lot of those like conservative talking heads and a lot of the more right wing like fucking nutcases. And his defense was the fact that, you know, he couldn't not encourage somebody to get onto their podcast to explain or maybe talk, you know, a little more in depth into what they're doing, because he thought that was like censoring or, you know, like effectively removing the platform for them. So my question is, do you agree with the freedom of speech to that extent? You know what I'm saying? To the point where you can have someone who says a lot of inflammatory shit that just like is just like, for lack of a better word, is like racist rhetoric coming out of these like individuals. Like, could you? It goes back to that. Can we separate the artist from the art from the artist? But like, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't think we should still give platforms to guys like that. But I also hear maybe the other side where it's like, how do we ever get the conversation going? So that's what I get.
Well, I mean, I have talked about white genocide in this podcast a lot, so I'm pretty sure I don't need to even answer this. Kill all the white people. We'll solve the problems later. That's where I'm at with it.
No, I mean,
I
get it. Go ahead.
I don't think they should be given a platform, and I think they should be called out. Like, it's like, look, we don't support this person, and we're not going to be putting them on our platform, whether they're some kind of media, because they say foul shit.
Yeah,
and that's not okay.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I guess like that's why I want to, like, you know, for, you know, Jay's going to say what he's going to say, but I wanted to pick your brain on that, because like it is one of those things where we talk about how that kind of stuff is a slippery slope at the same time, where it's like, how far do we move the finish line every time? And then when we start to go like, well, these people don't deserve to be heard. Okay, cool. Yeah, I agree. Mm-hmm. These people don't deserve to be heard. And then sometimes you start to find yourself falling into those categories because maybe what you think is a little more radical, or maybe something that is against what the societal norm is. So I don't know, man. I haven't smoked enough weed, so this is where all the questions are coming.
Are you dry again?
No,
out there and out of the woods.
I got like a little bit, and then I gotta go get some after this. So I didn't want to miss a day of recording. That's all. It doesn't matter if I got all these weird.
Dude, why don't you grow at this point? Like you have so much space.
I want to because PA is still illegal. Like as much as I'm talking.
Yeah, but who lives near you?
You saw, like, we actually have like neighbors and a homeowners association. Like, I mean,
the nearest neighbor is like
I want to grow inside the house, but I got to learn. I don't know.
Also, yeah, I'm pretty sure you're supposed to grow inside anyway, right? There should be like a damp environment or something.
New York State, no, dry, and lots of sun, lots of sun, lots of light. Yeah, no, it's I've been trying to pick other people's brains because that's the one thing I want to grow my own fucking weed, man. But New York has got that.
Do the same.
New York has got that. You do got that. You guys, I saw somebody like just like growing the little air plant, like just right, bro.
Yeah,
like just.
I have a friend.
You don't gotta be fucking, a drug dealer about it. Just grow a little house plant.
I know.
Stock. You don't have to have a fucking farm.
I know you don't.
Start small, baby.
I'll say this. That's how I know you don't know too much about it because they are fucking huge plants. They're not tiny. Like if you ever see like when they talk about like 3 to 5 plants, like they're talking about a lot of fucking like a lot of production. And these things are not tiny. I've seen people people grow what they grow, but they're way bigger than your average houseplant. Like, and then you got to cure them and do all that fancy shit.
It's work.
It's a lot of
work.
It
is work.
It's a lot of work.
But I have
it's a labor of love.
It is.
Right.
I don't love it because
I had a friend who recently told me. I had a friend who recently told me that her thing was it takes like 2 to 4 months the way she's growing it and the shit she's growing, and she can get like 3 ounces out of that. And for me, that would be enough to sell a small amount of weed and still be completely fine, like, and make extra, spending money or whatever. Like,
how far is it like every 12 weeks, every 16 weeks?
I have no idea. Yeah. She was just like the last shit that I like did.
That's dope.
I got like 3 ounces.
3 ounces is a fucking lot.
And I'm good. Yeah. Well, she's one of those people who like, she was like, I need it medically, and like she like really needs it medically.
Yeah, we go.
And I go through about a month. I think if I went to if I got evaluated, they might just be like, yeah, you need it medically too. Because
it's so easy.
I take medicine to not want to kill myself.
It's so easy in New York.
I still want to kill myself unless I'm high.
Yeah.
And then I don't want to kill myself.
You're not wrong.
I love the smile. Unless I'm high, your Cheshire cat smile.
He's not wrong, though. I mean, there is a lot of things that I think aren't said about it. We all talk about it in joking ways, and sometimes we do realize that there's a lot of medicinal qualities to it. But the fact that you have parents still kind of peeling back from being able to say what they do and what they don't. I do, because I'm trying to get the fucking dialogue around me like happening, and people open up and they go, yeah, I love doing this, when my kids are asleep or when they're, I do whatever I got to do. Because there is, a ton of stigma, and, there are a lot of states where your children will get taken away. So including this one, like, yeah. So it's
really,
yeah.
Did not know that.
Yeah. So if because it could be child endangerment, you could be putting them.
So you don't have the medical card?
Wow. I plead the fifth.
Yeah, my baby mom's and her fiance both have it.
Yeah, it's not expensive. It's really easy. What's the problem with the card right now is that you've got a lot of states, and I'm not sure if Pennsylvania is one of them, but because it's still illegal federal, you can't own firearms or stuff like that. So a lot of people are really weary about even getting the medical card because of that potential. Legal.
One of my moms is very anti-gun. She's a flower child white liberal. So
see, that's why
the worst.
The
worst.
Good. I'm glad.
That's definitely where it's at. But there's a lot of medicinal things to it. A lot of us, like for me personally, like it helps me slow shit down because there's a lot of stuff that just kind of goes out of crazy. And then when it goes day into day into day, and then it goes into week into month, that's when it gets so exhausting. because I do take, tolerance breaks, right? I think everyone should every now and then, shouldn't just, as much as I smoke, I try to like still allow my body to feel all
space
of
it. Yeah.
Nah, man, I'm all about my uppers. You know why? I probably have like some medical condition because like Molly, Adderall, these silence my brain so beautifully. I'm completely I don't have thoughts. But when I'm on weed, my brain is like screaming to think faster, and it's not. So I just get super anxious.
Right.
Everyone's ugly and everything's slow. It's like running through mud.
Right.
That's what smoking weed is like for me. And then everyone's like, "Why don't you try a different strain?" And I'm like, I don't have the kind of tolerance where I can just
experiment.
Like it's all going to be a disaster unless I have the most. Although I have had a pretty good edible experience a couple times. I don't know the milligrammage. I want to say
it's got to be low,
like 10 milligrams.
10 milligrams is like right at that level where most people will feel
that's what
something.
Jackson's doing right now. Jackson's got a 10 milligram Twizzler.
No, he's not. He's a child. Please don't suggest that again.
for legal reasons.
For legal reasons. Not high. He'd be on 2 milligram melatonins. Like, that's what he's rocking all day. No, man. For each your own. I know that it is not your thing. I've seen you enjoy a little bit of weed with me, but that was nice.
Have we smoked together? Every time I'm having an existential crisis every time.
When it was his birthday, it was like when we went out to the shed.
No, I didn't smoke.
You didn't?
Are you kidding? No,
that was a good
driving
time.
3 hours home.
That was a good time.
I would have died.
That was a great time.
Everybody else smoked. I just watched the adults smoke. That's what I do. I'm just like, I've come to the terms with the fact that I'm like the only person on the earth that doesn't smoke weed. So I just watch people do it.
Yeah.
And they always do this to the, you don't smoke? What? That's crazy, man.
I'm guilty of always still passing it. But like even if somebody's something, no, I'm good. I always forget. Like, here you go.
That's because you're a courteous guy.
That's facts.
Listen,
it's a nice thing to do.
Weed is one of those things you should share. And it should definitely. I mean, I do it a lot alone, but it is fun to share. Me and Joey even blew it down. Did we blow it down in whose car? Somebody's car at the strip club. That's when we did it. Yeah.
We did outside in the park.
That was a wild strip club. It wasn't. It was a really boring one, but it was.
It was wild to me.
What was amazing? So like, I guess they were traveling strippers, which I didn't know was a thing.
Like the circus?
Yeah, bro. Like girls.
Did they ride there on a unicycle?
They came to hang out.
Hustle,
They came to hang out, and they were from Virginia, and it was so fucking funny because they look like chicks that were into like metal and punk and shit like that. And I don't know if you remember one of our boys, which was like the most funny thing in the world. He just like yells over all the music. He's like, "So what kind of music do you listen to? Huh? Do you like Shattered Realm? I like them." As the stripper who's literally going like, yeah, like just like, please give me money. Stop. Like you're eating steak. Just give me $10 to sit next to you. Like give me $20 to sit next to you while you eat the steak. Actually, give me 2 drinks. Like that's all she wants. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like, but yeah, that was the best thing in the world. Like literally him trying to be like, "You listen to Madball?" Like, bro, like not the place, not the time, but it later rang true when, like, I think this was the summer of the baby, and he was just dropping everything. I think Drip had just come out, and these girls, when that song came on, had no idea what the fuck to do. So I don't know what kind of strip clubs they're probably used to
going to,
but it definitely wasn't that one. So
they wanted to hear some White Snake, bro. Some classic stripper music. I fucking
Warrant. Little cherry pie.
Pour
some sugar on me. I feel like if you ever strip to that song, you probably are 47 years old right now.
You're probably entitled a mesothelioma.
On the younger end.
Like you were probably in a school building with asbestos, and you definitely have a check waiting for you.
You have an AARP card.
Like
you have an AARP card.
You can get in. You can shop on Senior Tuesdays when nobody's in the store.
You know what's funny about strip clubs? How and this is just I'm not a strip club connoisseur. I'm not really a fan of strip clubs to begin with, to be honest.
Because he hasn't.
But because I'm poor. But but one thing I noticed about strip clubs is that there's never a gross stripper. There's always a gross strip club. You know what I mean? Like, I've gone to strip clubs where the girls were all hot, and I've gone to strip clubs where the girls were all gross. But there's never a mix. It's always one or the other. And I'm like, what? Is there a genre for gross strippers?
There's definitely
is there a C-section genre.
C-section. That's what it is. No, here's the reality is it depends on when you're coming into that club. If you're going on Tuesday or Wednesday on a Thursday, you're going to get the D squad. If you go on a Saturday or on a Friday night, you're going to get the triple diamond of the club. Now, that isn't always true, but for the most part, that's usually what happens. Because I have been to clubs where it's like 12 p.m. on like a Tuesday, again, because of my boy working where he was. And it's like, there's a reason why they dim all these lights. Like, there's a real reason.
Because here's my thing, though. First of all, I love that you know so much about strip clubs. I didn't know you've been in a strip club every day of the week.
Pretty much.
But here's my thing. So you know strip clubs. I know strippers, and the strippers I know strippers too, that are hot are like, I don't do weekends. I only do midday on a weekday, because that's when you get the businessmen who will come in and pay you $200 to fucking stare at you.
If you're at like,
but on the weekends, you get the frat bros throwing you quarters, thinking they're doing you a fucking favor.
So that also depends on the club, because then that goes back to gross club or not. Because if you're at a Scores in Midtown, why would you work anywhere else during like on a Tuesday and a Wednesday and a Thursday? They're coming out of lunch. They're fucking bringing their boys to like schmooze and shit. Yes, absolutely. But the 80% of the world, bro, I feel bad. I mean, you know what?
Is this the strip club episode? I want to own a strip club. We're talking about strip club politics, having meetings in strip clubs. We got to have a live episode in a strip club.
I think we could do that.
I may work in a strip club.
We can swing that. Why couldn't we swing that? You know, we can sell tickets.
I feel like you can't.
Tickets. Why wouldn't they? But like, yo, let's get the full buffet course meal, charge $50 a ticket to be, you know, in the first 3 rows. You get unlimited food.
What is the price, you think, to rent out a strip club for a live event? I don't know anyone who's done that.
Depending on the girls and depending on what the club is, I'm sure. But I don't know. Maybe a couple grand, maybe a few, maybe nothing.
Let's make that the 2025 goal, to rent out a strip club and shut it down for our fans.
Should we go to Pumps?
To have a live panel with us.
You're in Pumps?
I mean, I think Magic City is the place to be, right?
Listen, if we're going to go anywhere.
Black Lives Matter, you know?
I wish there was, there's no longer like legacy clubs out in New York City, if I'm correct. Like Riviera was that spot for years. And I don't know. I don't know the scene out over there. I don't know the scene in general, because I am, as much as my,
I just want to see fat butts.
I love fat butts.
I saw the look in your eyes, and I knew you were about to chime in with just that. I know you so well now, Joseph.
I'm glad.
Yo, we should definitely go to Mexico. Fuck all the new United States and just go to Mexico and like just go down to.
See, now you're dreaming big. Now we're dreaming big. 2025, we're gonna have such a big fan base that we can go to another country.
Oh yeah,
rent out a strip club and pack it out.
I know the one. I think.
And then you know what?
We can have them all come from San Diego. You're gonna get veneers? Is that what you said?
I was thinking about it.
I want veneers.
I don't know.
I want veneers.
But you guys have nice
I feel like
teeth.
it's gonna be a move when I'm like old. Nah, my teeth suck. I know you can't tell in this live. My teeth are yellow as shit. Speaking of which, where's my fucking vape pen?
Oh my god!
They're yellow. I have
That's
like a
thigh
gap.
count 2. A thigh count of 2. We need to mark down every time we're gonna see Justin's thighs on a podcast. You know that dude that does that TikTok with the thunder thighs, that black guy? Like fucking giant. He dresses like in a maid outfit every now and then. I feel like that's a part of your.
I was gonna say like, oh, we have very different For You pages, but I know exactly what you're talking about. Big Mike.
Yeah. Big
Mike, yes.
Should we have him as a guest and you guys just do a thunder thigh slap off? Because I think that would sell tickets.
I mean, he's got me beat. He is like twice my size.
fun, but it's all about the power behind it. I think you can get a lot of power.
A squat contest?
I would like that, actually.
I haven't squat in a while. I think what was my best squat ever? 4, maybe 500.
That's awesome.
But that was like a fluke.
Yeah.
That was like a fluke, though.
I did.
I can't do that now because my shoulders. I can't like get behind the bar.
360. That was in high school, and that was like my legs can't do that anymore.
So now let's plot this out. So we're having a live event in a Mexican strip club that doubles as a powerlifting event. Let's go.
If there's any place in the world,
look at Joey's retwist.
They look great.
It's now seeing the top of your head.
Oh, yeah, my wife put him in braids this time.
Aw, look at her.
Yeah, my wife does my hair. She's dope.
It's nice when they take care of you, right?
It is, of course.
It feels good.
I feel like the ancestors would curse me if I had a white girl retwist my hair.
Shut up.
I believe it.
Although one time it was so funny, like I was hooking up with this white girl. This was before I had dreads. I just had like braids, and she like literally blew me, and then was like, "Can I touch your hair?" And like to hold me, and I was like, "That's so courteous of you. Like you literally just sucked my dick. If I just suck somebody's dick, I'm not asking them what I can touch after that. Like you just swallowed your jizz, bro. Like
I'm putting my finger in your butt if I feel like it. Like,
well, not that far, but like
that's a
play
fight
with some hair or something. But the fact that she was like. She asked, I was like, all right.
Aw.
My black life matters to you. All right.
For now, until her father walks in the room.
Her father is super racist. Fun fact. So this girl.
Boom.
She is, all right. So she's like stepsisters with a girl that I hooked up with like fucking 20 years ago at this point. Not 20 years, like 15 years ago when I was like 19. We're like still friends.
Okay.
And her father was like an ex-FBI agent and like ran some background check on me like when I went to hook up with the sister. And it was so funny because like that night I like fucked her in his basement. So shout out to those girls.
You can definitely shout them out. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
I'm not gonna get
the FBI agent won't catch you.
You know what? If they're listening, they'll know. So if they don't like text me about it, I'll know that they're not supporting the pod.
Then
and
fuck
when
them.
I'm rich. I mean, if they're rich, when I'm rich, I'm not gonna give them money anyway because they're white. They'll be okay. But also a real joy I take in life, not giving white homeless people money.
Okay.
Like when I just stroll past a white homeless person with no eye contact, I feel like taller. I feel better about life. I feel like things are going to be okay for me.
They definitely will be, but I didn't know you had this superiority complex right there. That's nice.
Again, I talk about white genocide all the time. You think I'm giving white people money that aren't sex workers? If you're not a sex worker or a waitress, I'm probably not giving you money if you're white.
Okay.
So the sex workers are still valid.
Even if we're friends. I feel like you got to be in real, like you got to be like, bro, I'm going to lose a limb if I don't get $9. And I'm like, can I give you 4?
You would negotiate. Okay. Hey, listen, we gotta know where we stand sometimes with people.
Although shout out to Joe Lewis's Southern Kitchen in Detroit. Wonderful little waitress I had. Little black girl, beautiful lace front. I had to tip her 100%, even though I'm popped, because that was just some prime service. I'll tell you one thing bad thing about Detroit. Fucking, I hate to say this about my people, but bro, fast food workers out here are fucking ass. Like they are all mean. Like they get on the fucking mic. Yeah, can I take your fucking order? Like fucking, like you could hear them spit in my drink before I even order one. They are out to get you. That waitress was. Because the thing too was like there was like a wait. First of all, there was like a wait for the place, which you know what? Fine. It's Sunday. It's like 10 a.m. I was insanely craving pancakes. You know, I get that like 3 times a year where you just absolutely fucking need pancakes.
You just need it.
And I was just like, you know what? Today is the fucking day. I had a bad mushroom trip the night before. I was like, you know what? I need to just unwind, listen to a podcast, and eat some fucking pancakes that I didn't make. So
I get it.
I go to Joe Lewis's. Oh, also another bad thing we'll get to about Detroit later, but I'm going to Joe Lewis's, right? And there's like a wait. They're saying it's in like an hour. And I'm like, fuck. I'm put my name on the waiting list, but I'm like, I'm not going to wait for an hour. I'm going to look for another pancake spot. So I go to an IHOP. They got to wait too. So I fucking go back to Joe Lewis's because it's an hour has now passed. And then I get there, and there's a bunch of people like waiting outside, but I go in, and mad tables are empty. So I'm like, why the fuck are all these people like waiting if all these fucking tables are empty? So I go up, and I'm like, yo, like, am I good to go? Like, it's a table for one. And they're like, oh yeah, our waiting list shit is all fucked up. Because it's one of those internet things where they
gotcha.
I guess the restaurant has like an app. Yeah. So they're like, yeah, our internet is messed up, but we can seat you right now. I was like, all right, cool. So they seat me, and like I'm already in this mood because I have to like drive around in this hunt for pancakes.
Okay.
And they seat me, and this lady, first of all, fine as fuck, but just one of those comforting voices.
Love that.
Just was on it with this, like, and then like after like I guess my shit got sorted out, everybody else's. So the restaurant was packed, and then she was still like you ever have a waitress where like you take a sip of coffee, you take a sip of water, and like you get that last drop, and then you put your glass down, it hits the table, and then the waitress just materializes in front of you.
Yes.
Like, do you need more coffee? Do you need more water? Exactly.
That's the service.
100%.
That's the service. You know, I had that in Connecticut at the casino. That was, and this was an older lady, but I felt like I was at home. Like she was just like, "How you doing, honey?" Like anytime my glass even got to the point where it was just about to go out, she was like, "You need another one?" Fresh straw, the whole thing. Just like brought me my beautiful fucking breakfast, which was shout out to Hash Go Go, because that place was fire. I had biscuits and gravy on top of fucking mashed potatoes. I don't know. I was like in a coma after that. But like my company.
Can I talk about?
I'm gonna
ball. That company card.
I'm gonna ball on that.
Company card flexes are the bomb. But I gotta talk about the one horrible thing about Detroit. The one bad.
There's probably a lot more
bad thing.
It's Detroit
that I can't get over. I mean, yeah, there's like you can get killed, but you know, but like death comes for everybody. But the one horrible thing about Detroit. They don't do diners here.
What?
Yeah, so what they have here is they have a restaurant. They call it Coney Islands, and they're the same menu as a diner, but you just like you order at a window. You don't get like that kind of service, and like because of Rona, some of them you can sit down in, and some of them you can't. Like I guess they're just kind of picking and choosing, but. Like I just like when I was in Allentown, that was my only like fucking saving grace that I could like just fucking get up and go to a fucking diner and like get served by some old white lady and just relax. That was my happy place. And so I don't have that. And it's like it's not even like just like Detroit. It's like they're not in the burbs either. Like you can't even like if there is a diner, it's usually like it's not like a one of like in Allentown where I was living, there were I think 6 diners within a 10-mile radius.
You took me to one. That was a good spot.
But here, if there's a diner, there's like 3, and like they are like waiting forever, fucking packed to the fucking brim, especially on a Sunday because motherfuckers love church out here, which is another bad thing about Detroit, but I can forgive that.
You know what? People gotta love what they gotta love and do what they gotta do. And that brings me to a question that I had for you guys earlier, and I'm not sure if you guys had time to think about it, but it is the time now. Now, if you were going to be trapped in any anime, which one would it be and why?
Well, apparently the Bible, because that was your segue. Oh, people do love Jesus. What anime world? What do you like?
Well, technically, isn't it? I mean, I definitely thought it was like on a shonen.
Oh yeah, magazine. The Bible is peak. That is intense stuff.
Like, can you imagine if Jesus is just
I gotta Google that. Is there? I gotta Google that. Like, is there like a comic? Is there a comic Bible?
Yeah, there definitely is.
There is.
There has to be.
You want to hear?
They hand booklets like that out everywhere.
They got a vaccination Marvel Avengers comic already, so you bet your ass.
I'm seeing something on Amazon. The Action Bible, God's redemptive story.
Why?
What is this? Let's see. The Action Bible presents more than 230 fast-paced narratives in a chronological order, making it easy to follow the Bible's historical flow and the building up to the thrilling climax of God's redemptive story.
Damn.
I don't know. This is only $20. I might have to cop.
Right. It sounds like a sounds kind of cool.
I'd like to. I mean, we can definitely expense that if you want.
I'm definitely gonna like do like a YouTube deep dive after this.
Do a nice review.
There's like there's like a number one Kingstone Bible Comics best comic Bible. There's apparently the epic Bible by DC and Marvel Comics.
Oh shit!
Told you.
Oh man, I might have to cop that shit because let me tell you, I would love to see like the Choir of Angels written out and drawn by some Marvel and DC artists.
You know who should have done it?
Yeah.
Image Comics. You remember how like they had like 1,400 muscles like just along the side of the abs? Because I would totally like to see 6-pack Jesus, but with like a few extras. That would be ill.
Nah, I would love to see. I feel like if I wanted to see a comic book that illustrated the Bible, it would have to be, who did Spawn? Was it Dark Horse?
That was Image.
There we go. So we're right on the same
I know.
I would have to see them animate. Jeez, I'm going to fucking cop that. That'll be. Yeah. I need to save money, but that's got to be a purchase I make. I have a bunch of comics here I actually haven't read. I like the Hellboy series. I have a couple of mangas I brought. That's awesome. Interesting. But a anime world I would want to be trapped in. I did think about it a little bit. I would say probably a world where there is a definite afterlife. Because I'm very scared of death and very aware of my mortality. That's why I do the things I do. That's why I'm always like trying to travel somewhere or meet new people. Because I know I have a finite time on this earth with no real, no real knowledge of what's going to happen after or how I'm going to feel. Because I mean, like, there could be nothing. There could be an infinite blackness. Yeah. There could be like a ghost scenario where I'm just trapped and no one can see me, and that just sounds fucking horrible. But like something like Shaman King, where like you're a ghost but it's chill, and there's a definite afterlife, or even Dragon Ball Z, because like even hell in Dragon Ball Z does not.
It's not really that bad. I mean, it's just a bunch of dudes like sitting down, like farting around about how they used to fight and how they could wash everybody. But that's not a bad one. What about you, Joey?
I want you to go first.
You want to hear it? Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be cheap and say Pokemon.
Okay,
that's a good one. That's a good one to go with. I think every listener can coincide with the fact that they wanted to. First of all, let me talk about Pokemon real quick because fuck the whole idea of even having like a monster sidekick. Yeah. Can we talk about the fact that these motherfuckers leave the house at 10 years old? Why was Ash not in
traveling the country?
Which brings me to
completely traveling.
Like, why isn't your daughter at 10 like traveling the world and trying to capture monsters?
Why is my daughter not homeless in the streets?
She's not homeless.
FaceTiming me from
not homeless.
Ash was homeless. Ash had no home.
Yo,
he was homeless.
He was going to the Pokemon centers and like
That's a homeless shelter, my friend. Technically speaking, a Pokemon center is a homeless shelter.
It was a group home.
There's no group home. That's like the whole thing about the Pokemon world is that like we know kids are gonna leave their houses at 10 years old, but they're not gonna own fucking real estate. They're just gonna fucking chill up in the fucking Pokemon center, and they're gonna fucking go to the hospital and have beds, but they have no place to live. Like that's why this nigga's wearing the same outfit the whole time because he's like, where is he changing at?
Here's my thing, right?
Ain't got nothing to change into.
I like the fact that not only they are kids, they get to go out into this world, right? That's a part of like the everyday life, right? But also, it's not a particularly dangerous place. Like if safe for some like random like team that get together, but for the most part, pretty safe. And even if you don't care all that much about having a sidekick, you still have a sidekick. Like you could still like pull up on a Pidgeot or some bird or some kind of fucking dragon and be like, "This is my boy. Like we're gonna go do what we do."
Yeah, we're gonna chill.
But in keeping with the whole like, why isn't my daughter outside? Do you remember the first episode of Pokemon where this guy got his ass whooped by a bunch of birds? And had to like sleep in the rain.
Yes.
Yeah.
You got electrocuted.
Sad.
You got electrocuted.
Do you want that for your 10-year-old? And got electrocuted. Do you want that for your 10-year-old? That was a great first episode.
It was the best episode. That was the best. Like
you know what?
My son loves that. All of it. Like
he became strong from it.
Yeah, and
it builds character.
Okay, so they have this whole like conspiracy, which is hysterical. So for scale, a lot of those
everybody knows what you're talking about. I know everybody already knows what you're talking about because like this is like the big internet thing back in the days we all had the same internet.
Okay,
before social media.
Let's see.
So I already know what you're getting into.
I don't.
So like Ash can pick up all these Pokemon, and a lot of times he picks them up and puts them in his arms and shit. But when you look at the stats, they're like several hundred pounds. So Ash not only has to be strong against like electric shocks, which he fucking handles a lot throughout the show. But like he can also lift. Like there's this Pokemon called Cosmium, and I think it's like 600 pounds, and it's about this size. Like it's not big. He could just hold it like that.
Shit made out of lead.
For the audio listeners, about the size of a basketball.
Yeah, and he would just pick it up and put it in his arms like nothing. Like, I don't know what he was eating, but it was always like mad impressive. He would be able to like, just like lift up like Pidgeot on one of his arms, and Pidgeot's like 200 pounds. Like, I was like, what is this dude? So yeah, that's the world for me, definitely.
Okay.
Well, the conspiracy I was speaking of was the one where it's saying that Ash actually died in the first episode.
Well, yeah, that's the other one. That's a good conspiracy. Like, I mean, everyone goes back to that it was all a dream kind of thing. I think that's a common trope, but I don't know. What do you think?
It's kind of already a dream that we're watching, so like, fuck it, right? Doesn't even matter.
Do you fuck with anime, Thrilla?
That was my hot take of the answer for this question.
You don't fuck with it.
I don't watch anime.
Damn.
You live a tragic life, dude.
The funny thing, though, is that a lot of people, will assume that I do. Just like a lot of people will assume... a lot of people assume that I do, and then they ask me, and then I'm like, nah, and then they're like, what?
Well, speaking of that, did you hear that? I don't know if I heard this theory somewhere or if I made it up personally. We'll ask the listeners, but there's a theory that like the whole reason that like young black kids, especially like now and in our age group, are fucking with anime is because they don't know why they're fucking with it, but they relate to the story of the child soldier. Because if you think about anime, like shonen anime, like Naruto and shit like that, it's all about teenagers having to fight like epic fucking battles.
Save the world.
And it's like there's that's the hood, bro. When you I know niggas who have had that piece on them at 14 years old, like damn, I could get killed today. And I think a lot of kids that are resonating with that. Like Naruto was getting put to the fire at like 13 years old, right? Almost getting murdered by sexy ass Orochimaru. So
I think
so. There's like
to go further into that. I think it goes beyond like just even the environment question, because it goes into the fact that, especially if like you're a black kid that likes a black or brown kid that likes anime, it's very much counterculture. So there, a lot of the themes of those shows is the outcast. The outcast that is, slowly powering themselves up. And I think kids like maybe like yourself or me when we were young, to really like see ourselves in that. And as an adult now, I just enjoy it because it's really like one of my favorite types of media. But
see, the thing is though, it's not that I don't enjoy anime. That is not the reason. Like. We were talking about Pokemon. Like I grew up on Pokemon and Dragon Ball Z. Like, like I had my best friend Ian, my longest, like he's the white kid that was like my brother since we were in the first grade, who literally put me onto the rest of my culture, like, which was, fucking anime and hardcore and metal. Like he was so smart that when we were young, we used to have our fan fictions, live action role play that we would play. Like he would take the Dragon Ball Z plot, put us in it, and we would like think about the powers we had and like play like this.
He's putting on Dungeons and
all
Dragons
in his head. All in his head.
Making you guys do role playing. Yeah.
The thing is for me now is that the only media that I consume, if I have any free time, is something on YouTube related to,
I think that's a lot of people.
Either starting some kind of a business or progressing my career in all of the things that I'm pursuing. Like people will be like, yo, you see that show on blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, no, I ain't catching it. I got to check it out. And it's like, I don't do anything else.
Yeah.
Well, I actually did want to talk to you about that because.
Sure.
So for me, I would say, well, one of the reasons I got like really into like real estate and investing was because I was a little bit depressed, and I got very swept up in the whole like Gary V like hustle culture. Yeah. So there was like maybe 2 straight years where I didn't spend money. I would just spend any free time I had. I would watch like investing YouTube or finance YouTube or whatever. And like, I always feel so fucking bad about taking any time to myself. Like I would sign up for overtime that I didn't even fucking need just because I was like, I don't know what to do today. So I fill that time. And like, you burn yourself out like real fast with that shit. So like for me, for example, right? Like I don't really know. Like I've been making clips for the show, and like sitting down and doing like I'm. This is a new thing for me, right? Like making clips, like editing video.
Right.
This is a new arena for me. So it's I get very easily frustrated when I don't know how to do something, and like I figured it out now, but like right now I'm in this process where I'm figuring out. Okay, this is how I do the clips. I know the steps, but like I never, because like my job isn't like a sit down fucking office job, so I don't know how to like sit down and do things. So like I'm slowly figuring out how to be the most productive I can while also like not driving myself crazy. And one way I do that is I get like at the end of every night, I will give myself 2 hours straight to just
watch
out and watch TV.
Your shit, and
I don't do TikTok either. Because TikTok will have me on like because I'm on finance TikTok.
It gets
too.
you right back
so, like,
into
I'll
your
be like on
your
there
content.
Like, I shouldn't spend money, so I'll put my phone down and I'll just I'll watch Shaman. Usually something subtitled, so I have to pay attention to it.
Yeah,
so, I give myself 2 hours, hour and a half before bed. And like,
that's good.
This is
that's
like
fantastic.
a recent thing I've been doing because of the move and all this stuff. But like as of like I've just been sleeping way better. I've been more focused. Like today, I was like, I wanted to make clips today because I got out of work hella early. But like I said, I don't know if I said it on the pod or before I started recording, but I feel like I'm getting sick. Like I've just been very, very tired the last 2 days, and I don't really know why. Like in unordinary amount of tired. Like I was literally sleeping up until we recorded.
Okay.
Yeah. And I got out of work at like 10 a.m. So I was just like, all right. So I'm like, all right, I'm not gonna like try and make myself make clips today because like I'm gonna get frustrated and then I'm gonna get shit as far as talking. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna sleep it off. I'm probably I don't know what I'm gonna sleep like when I get off this, but I'm gonna give myself 2 hours, watch some Shaman King. If I don't pass out, I'm gonna make clips, and if I do pass out, I'm gonna wake up at like 9 a.m., go to the pool, the building's pool, because that's like a good workspace for me. Just to, like,
that's fire.
Well, the pool closes after Labor Day, so it's like the end of it. But like, you ever just like need to leave your house to work?
Yeah.
Like a lot of people like go to coffee shops and shit. Like I'm because I don't have a couch here yet, so I don't have like a workspace. Cannot wait to get that fucking couch.
When does that come?
September 16th, I think.
Damn.
Yeah, I ordered it like a month
2
ago,
weeks.
but like lumber shortage, labor shortage, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Supply chain issues.
Like I don't have like a comfortable workspace yet. So, but like I like personally just like to give myself a couple hours a day to bullshit.
Definitely.
Because that like really slingshots me into the next day, into the next week, and et cetera, et cetera. I feel like
definitely
because the thing too for me, I mean, I don't know if you've experienced this, but like if I don't enjoy myself in a certain capacity, I do feel bad, even if I am working.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right? Yeah. Of course. Yeah.
I definitely feel like
so.
I have
give yourself an hour to watch Snowfall, you hood nigga, or some shit.
So sometimes, I do catch some stuff with my wife. We throw something on. But the thing is, for me, there are a lot of facets to the things I do when it involves music that there's always something different for me to do, and a lot of them I really do enjoy.
Yeah, that's your fun.
Like,
that's your hobby.
Like, I'm like, oh shit, I'm gonna sit myself down so I can just fucking play with melodies for a fucking hour because I want to, and then after that, I'm gonna play guitar because like that's what the fuck I want to do. And then the work is like, okay, now back to ad campaign research and targeting research, and then shit like that. But so I end up never really leaving room for consuming any other media aside from like the shit that I like about the shit that I do.
Well, as long as you got some way to unwind, because I know a lot of people, especially now, like they really drive themselves up the wall trying to hit deadlines and learn this and the next move and saving this. Like let me tell you something. People talk so much shit about social media because they're like, oh, you're seeing the highlight reel. But people have broken down so fucking much, especially this last, since the shutdown, where they're just like, they're not hiding it anymore. Like people are not putting their best foot forward on the internet anymore. People are being a bit more candid about what they're suffering through. And seeing, like that, I think that was partially what like pulled me a little bit out of my depression, just because I was like, because you can talk to somebody every day and they could be fucking struggling. You'll never know.
And you never know. Yeah.
9 TikToks straight of like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing here.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, I'm not.
Like,
and then
I'm not alone.
Check the person's age, and they're like 29, they're 35.
And you're like,
they're
oh, okay.
It's like, okay, I'm not alone in this boat. I think that was a lot of. I mean, to get fucking serious, I think that was like a lot of my mother's issue because my family is pretty successful aside from her, and there was like no social media to tell her that like everyone around her wasn't doing
right.
as great.
It's okay.
You know,
it's okay to not be
hard complex to kind of go against, because your head's going to.
Of course.
How, especially when you're comparing yourself against others and seeing how well others can be doing, and everyone's measured.
Move your mic.
Oh,
there you go.
I got far. That's why. So basically, it's not an easy thing. My mom went through that kind of similar thing, but she was like hyper independent and wouldn't reach out to people, and I think maybe her seeing some vulnerability from people would have like extended her life, if I'm being real with you. Like that's a hard thing to kind of understand, that especially like when I think you become a parent, like we all do it. It's how we look at our parents in certain ways. Like we don't think that they could be going through the same shit we do, and then there's something that happens to yourself that like when you get to a certain age that you realize that like Justin even said it last week, the same thing, like the stuff he's into, you can imagine what his mom was into. So it kind of goes the same way. It's like, like I like smoking weed a lot. Like I just want, like my mom hid a lot of stuff, was really good about hiding that kind of stuff. So like, I just wonder like, what are certain things that like maybe could have maybe enhanced the relationship between us or enhanced the relationship for her own life, like for other people.
Right.
Because, you're right, Jay. Like, I think seeing people vulnerable and speaking about it, because like when I used to write music, a lot of my music was about just depressing shit. Like it was just about dealing with death and dealing with my own head and dealing with the things that I go through and drug abuse and all that shit. So I would get a lot of people, and 20 people in a room, but you would get like 20% of that show walking up to me like in tears talking about whatever they're going through, and the fact that their mom has a heroin addiction, or their dad has a coke addiction, and it's tearing their family apart, and they're not sure how to talk about it anymore. They just wanted to see, I guess, seeing someone on stage that
relate.
This is like metal and hardcore, so everybody's like, and you've got this like 300-pound guy telling you like I'm crying, you can cry too, let's all cry, like and not so many words, but so like seeing people go through those moments of vulnerability will always kind of enact change in yourself. And that was something that I saw when I wrote music the way I did, that would do it. And I can, at least even with social media, figuring out some things about yourself that you didn't really understand, like there's a lot of groups all over for like any kind of mental illness. So sometimes, it could be something as like stupid and connectable as a meme, somebody just talking about the stuff that goes on in their own struggles, and you laugh and go, haha, that was me. Like, and then you start like looking through all the memes and you go, wait, that's way too much of me. And this
is entirely too relatable. All of it.
Like I should probably see a doctor. So yeah, I mean, I do appreciate social media for what it is. I don't, obviously there's going to be people showing the best parts of their lives, but I think people are, I think to level the playing field, so not everyone like gets to the end of this and be like, shit, I shared all my bullshit. I think everyone's just sharing the funk. That way, just like, hey, like, my life is shit, your life is shit, and you can't use it against me.
Oh yeah, that's why I have so many TikTok followers. Anytime I like, my biggest posts are like the ones about being horny and sad. And those are the ones that get the most gravitas to my account.
Isn't that like,
because it's not even about like they saw it and they were like, okay, this is funny or this is like relatable and liked it. No, they then followed me because they were like, I need that energy in my internet space. So Keep being sad and horny out there, people, because it's relatable. And I was telling you this a while ago about how like I kind of love dating now because people don't hide their bullshit. Like they will tell you, like, yeah, I had an abortion 6 months ago. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like it sounds crazy to like say all of that on a first date, but like it's just nice to get that fucking out there because like dating in like I remember a date I went on in like the fuck year was it? 2012, I think, 2013, where I knew this girl off MySpace for years and we just never met. And then like I was in Philly one day and she was like, oh, we should go out. And I was like, yes, we should. And I fucking put on my cardigan and got on my, you know, my professional first date personality. And I was, if you ever go on a first date and like you have an out of body experience of like, damn, I'm so fucking cool.
Yes.
That's what was happening. I was just like, oh, I know what's happening with you because you are king finesse with the bitches. Oh my God.
I tell you,
if there's one thing I miss about you being single, it is the surprising amount of women you pull. Like you are a charming motherfucker.
I always have charisma, and that's always what works for me. The looks might not be there, but if I could bend your ear, all of a sudden you'll be eating out of my hand, and that's
because you know what it is about your looks. It's like you're not ugly. You're like an adorable guy, but like I feel like you're no one's like dream man. Like no one's dreaming about like getting pounded by you, but the second you talk, I have seen you finesse the panties off so many women. Like you are fucking.
That's what I'm gonna take.
You are just Sean Connery.
Sean Connery.
Until it happens.
That's the title of the episode. Cardona is no. But nah, I've seen you just like you. I have seen you go from like nerding out about Poison the fucking Well albums, and then a woman walks in the room and you're Sean Connery all of a fucking sudden.
Yeah.
I'm just like, what the fuck just happened?
Because
is this like gonna steal my bitch? You have taken women from me, my friend. I remember that.
You have taken women from me, if that makes sense. Not away from me. They were willingly like I let them go out into the wild, and the wild
what
is
girls? I feel like
from the bathroom to the living room. That's what I mean. I was like, "You go live your life."
Make it that far.
Ho. And
I feel like I had no game back in our young years, like none at all.
Can I share it?
Of who? What girl?
The sauce?
This wasn't like anybody important. This was just years ago. This was like our stupid formative years. It was a young lady that we all met that night. And she fancied me for whatever fucking reason. Gave me fellatio in the bathroom. Then went back outside, and I guess I pissed her off somehow. I don't know what I said. I think I said like I wasn't interested in dating. Like you just sucked my dick. Like it's okay. Like we can do
why
this.
Did you say that in a bathroom getting sucked off?
Then she started talking about like maybe we should hang out. I was like, I'm not really looking for that. Like, and she got mad, and then I think you came to the party a little late, and then all of a sudden like you guys were hooking up, and I was like.
Who was? We got to talk about who this was after because I was not aware of any sloppies.
It was very sloppy. Like it was like I mean, I think I remember telling you
exposing myself too much.
I remember telling
the oven was still hot.
I remember telling you that night, and you go, "Fuck it, that's my boy." Like, and you just like went back.
Did I say this? What the fuck? 19-year-old me was wild. What the fuck? I do not remember this. We gotta discuss who that was.
South
later.
Korean whores. Flushing.
South Korean. I hooked up with a South Korean.
She wasn't South Korean. She was hanging around a bunch of South Koreans. Like, but it was
some bitch from Tokyo, a white bitch from Tokyo Drift. Like,
basically, like the only white girl from Tokyo Drift. Like, yeah. Why is that movie so good? By the way.
Soundtrack, dude.
Yeah, it is.
Also, that beat has been sampled like several times. Recently.
Really?
Xavier Wolf sampled it. Lil Yachty sampled it on a remix with Tierra Whack and A$AP Rocky. That was a crazy song.
Wow.
And then there's the original. And then I want to say Future did like a random unreleased one on it. But I don't... No, it wasn't Future. It was somebody. But anyways, yeah, I had no game back in the day. Like zero.
It changed,
which is crazy because I was getting girls and it was all on looks, and I'm like, what? Like I did not look good at all.
But you did. See, the thing is that there's raw animal sexual magnetism, and that's what you possessed. but it had to be refined. It had to be refined. And as you got older, like most black men, you just aged finer and you became yourself today.
I did. And you know what? Let's bring all these topics together, because in the topic of, just people expressing their sadness and my current sexiness. So I wanted to start a podcast with Lunchbox during the pandemic. Yeah. And at the time, I was seeing someone, and, Lunchbox is a married guy. He didn't want to say too much, have his wife hear it. And he, I guess, wanted to be a little more secretive. So, he put most of the attention on me. And I found myself just, talking about all my issues and talking about my sex life. And I was like, all right, the only person who's going to hear this is the girl who I'm seeing. So, maybe I shouldn't do this.
Yeah.
And it's so funny having that thought, because very recently, like I told you, most of our listeners are just women that follow me on TikTok. And they have fallen deeply in love with how sad I am, apparently. Me
everyone
being
loves
candid
a soft, sad puppy, bro.
Yeah,
everyone does.
They have upped the ante. Some girl said she had listened to several episodes on YouTube, and she was like, you're a perfect guy. And I was like, how the fuck would you have come to that conclusion listening to my podcast?
Yeah.
So I thought this was gonna take me out the game forever. And
no.
She was like, she's like, as far as attraction goes, you're perfect for me. But the fact that you're just funny and a little sad and but dealing with it productively as opposed to doing drugs or something. Even though I do drugs, so I don't know what the fuck.
What is she was trying to get brownie points. Listen, he does drugs.
He wants you to lay those.
I do drugs appropriately
on her lap.
No, I'm not a 16-year-old drilling Molly every weekend. I'm doing it every few months. I'm journaling on the Molly. I'm not
journaling. You're awful.
I did journal. Did I ever tell you when I fucking journaled, dude?
I don't want to hear.
Fuck journaling, dude.
I hate journals because that's the first thing a therapist is always going to suggest. Maybe you should journal a little. Maybe I don't want a log of all the shitty fucking ideas in my head. Sorry.
Yep.
That's exactly it. Because let me talk about this real quick. If you're reading this, do not fucking journal in a relationship, because. Did I say reading?
Yeah.
If you're reading this, watching it, sorry, there's Drake on the brain after this CLB drop.
Yes, sir.
But if you're reading this, watching this, transcribing it, whatever the fuck the case may be, do not journal when you're in a fucking relationship, because let me tell you, so I was in a relationship with somebody I should not have been in a relationship with. We got together under very strange circumstances, and it should have never been. And we should not have been together, and I knew this very early on. And instead of just cutting it off, I wanted to give her, more leeway. And I was just let me work on myself before I drop her. And I would journal about our fights. And when you journal about something, you realize, you kind of come to the conclusion, okay, I was wrong for that. Because you're slowly jotting down your thoughts and jotting down the situations. And it's slowly coming to you that maybe I was wrong in this particular instance. But the thing about it is just because you're wrong in this instance with this person does not mean they're right for you.
No,
it just means
not.
In the journaling, I was okay, I'm wrong in this argument, but I never journaled why the fuck was I even having this conversation? Why the fuck was I even having this fight with this person? So I'm just
you should have.
Journaling got me sick, probably an extra 6 months of the worst relationship
Depression.
I've ever had.
Oh,
because I would be okay, I was wrong. I'm sorry.
I was wrong, so my bad. I'm gonna stick around still.
It's
when I should have been I'm wrong, but also you suck. So
but also you suck. Yeah, I'm out.
I don't know, man. I'll share this for another pod. But my history with journals are not positive. Because they're not. You know what? Fuck it.
We got 8 minutes left.
Let's do it. It's quick. I'll give it quick. So, the reason why I got so smooth is because your boy had to write a lot. And I guess expressing myself on paper ended up making me a better speaker. So I got better as that. But 7-year-old, 8-year-old Christian was an 8-year-old fucking idiot, right? I think maybe I was 10. Maybe I was right at the edge of finishing elementary school. So I had, and I remember it to this day, I got from the Scholastic School school book fair, shout out, Goosebumps journal with a lock, right? And I guess I would leave. I left my journal in the desk, and at that point I had this crush on this girl. Super giant crush. And I'm still a sensitive guy. I was very sensitive then. So I'm like writing about her, like, how like, wow, she's so beautiful. She smells beautiful. Like, all the things that you say, like as a little, as a young kid. And some dickheads broke into my desk, broke the lock, ripped the pages out, and photocopied them and handed them out at lunch to everyone, including the girl that I wrote to. So that's why I'll never touch another fucking journal in my entire life, because that shit is just hard evidence for people to fucking throw out.
Is that the first time you committed like felony assault,
bro?
Is that how that was built? Because you have smacked a nigga for me before, and I felt bad.
I did not see who actually did it. That was the thing. It was like a group of dudes just like chuckling on me, and I was so. That's why I had to do. That's why I ended up being the way that I was when I met you guys, because at like that age, like I just felt like this big, and you got like 7 or 8 like fucking big kids like just clowning you for shit like that, which is like okay, clownable if you found it, but like you broke into my desk and broke into my lock, you piece of shit.
You did something.
I gotta say though, I feel like you probably deserved it, because the way you fight niggas now, I can't imagine you in elementary school. So you probably beat these niggas.
I did not. Never touched them.
And they were like, "We need vengeance." Because that's elaborate for elementary school kids.
I never touched him. That is elaborate. You know what it was? Is that I was a fat awkward kid, so people felt like they could just like fuck with me and fuck me. So like 6th grade was I remember it very vividly. Like I just dropped like whatever I had and just started teeing up on everyone. And like from that moment on, I was like, "Yo, fuck this shit." Anybody steps to me, and that was the time like the area was starting to like. For whatever reason, it's New York City during like late 90s. Like there was more gangs. There was like Bloods and Crips, and they were showing up. So you had to kind of like figure out how to fucking defend yourself, because you were going to get jumped like a lot. And for a single person like myself, I've gotten jumped a lot. So I know how to take lumps at the very least. I might not beat you, but I'll stay front. Like I think there's only like one person that's probably really caught me and hurt me.
The forming of a warrior.
I'll do it again.
Which brings me to our final question, because I told you guys in the chat that like it's so funny to me that like every bro podcast has like a segment of like, who would you rather fight? And I don't know why that's like such a common question, but I came up with one.
Okay.
Who would you rather fight? 6 16-year-old versions of yourself, or one version of you now that pursued MMA as a career?
I'll take the 16-year-old me's. I would fight 16-year-old me's.
I'm throwing pocket sand in their fucking eyes, and like I'm taking them out, like because they've got no experience.
Me, if I pursued MMA, I'm not fighting that guy.
I think I'm losing both. But
facts. I'm definitely losing both.
I'm losing both, because 16-year-old me. Here's my thing. I think it goes back to what I said about the bear versus the lion. I think MMA me would just whoop my ass and walk away.
Right.
Whereas
choke you out.
16-year-old me would pull my limbs off.
Imagine just drawing quarter you. They got horses and shit. Because that's a 16-year-old Justin I think would exist. Like he's got like access to horses and rope.
Dude, I used to like be in class bored and just drawing. Like I would just draw blades cutting people's limbs off, like very like Johnny the Homicidal Maniac shit. So I think if 6 16-year-old me's got together and said this is a fight, like I'd lose and they'd keep going. Like, they would not have the common sense to like let me get the fuck up. They would beat my teeth in, pull my limbs off. Like MMA me would just go, put me to sleeper, I'm done.
Yeah,
or punch me once, I'm done. 16-year-old me would like bring home my skull.
You know what? What was it? I'll say 16-year-old me had a wallet chain, so 6 of them with big wallet chains would have whooped my ass too. Like just choke me out. Can you? Oh.
I actually want to amend something. I honestly think I could fight 6 16-year-old me's. Like it would be a struggle, but I think I would win that. I'd win that because like I know more now than I knew then. Obviously. That being like 16 years ago. But
I think I would take maybe 2 of me down but the other 4 would want such revenge that they would rob me.
They would rob you.
They would rob me. They would because I'm thinking like 16-year-old, like peak gothic emo brute Salicon.
Did you have like?
Did I ever tell you that story?
Did you have ring armor? I feel like you had ring armor for some reason. You remember ring armor?
I didn't.
Nah, Justin didn't do ring armor. I don't.
I remember.
He did.
I remember in 8th grade there was a moment, and I told this story in the chat where there was a group of kids that would fuck with me.
Yes.
And
yes.
for the most part, I didn't do anything back because like there were so many of them. But there was this one kid, JL. I remember his name, Jael, and he was like doing that thing of like, if he's listening out there somewhere. And I remember he was doing this thing where he would like swing a textbook at me and then like stop and be like, "Oh, I'm not hitting you. I'm not gonna hit you." And then I saw him like behind me, like really cock back, like he was about to fucking like break my shit. So I fucking ducked. I fucking ducked under it. I got under and I just grabbed him by the neck and slammed him against the wall. And I was just choking him.
Nigga.
And he was like punching me in the face, and I was like, "Nope, you're gonna die."
Is that
like, the
nigga.
substitute we had at the time was like a 26-year-old like Jack gym teacher, and he had to like him and like 5 of his friends had to like pull me off. And the gym teacher asked like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine." And then JL like came to school with like this big handprint on his neck and he couldn't talk. Yeah. So imagine that, and that was 8th grade. So imagine
that was 14,
but 16. Like, I've hit puberty. I'm
you know
6
what?
of them? 10.
You
They'll kill you. You're dead.
You had a Sasuke moment, like you held him up against the wall.
Yeah. I said let your hate fuel you because you are gonna die. And that's a great note to end on. So yeah, I'll take an MMA fighter me any day. There's no malice in MMA fighter me. There's only technique.
I'm kind of with that.
Yep.
And with that, thank you for listening. Keep checking in. We're gonna be uploading these fuckers twice a week. Hopefully every T-Day. I don't know. Tuesday.
Every
Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Thursday.
Every Tuesdays and Thursdays at 2 p.m. Check us out at thin.cruel.lips is all my socials, TikTok and Instagram. At Point the Barrel on TikTok and Instagram.
And at Saint Thrilla for TikTok, Instagram.
Yo, drop the lo-fi.
And Twitter.
Drop the lo-fi.
Oh, and Young Moth 3. But that's
fire.
In its
infancy.
That's
fire.
Hey, thank you.
I liked it. But anyway, guys, love you guys. I'll talk to you guys later. I am out. I'm going to go take care of my kids.
Peace.
Bye-bye.
National Meat Treasure.